Morning, Steve Ray in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Markets, grains are a little bit lower. Beans down at 5 cents, corn and wheat down about a penny. Most of the outside markets are also a little bit lower. Yesterday, the USDA surprised the market with a lower U.S. 16 bean crop. They dropped the carryout. But when you look at the global numbers, they're still estimating a record soybean ending stocks. At the same time, they're estimating a record demand. So again, you've got this big crop, big demand scenario. Overnight, the U.S. farmer was a good seller of new crop beans, and also the South American farmer picked up, both in Brazil and Argentina, increased cash sales in yesterday's post-USDA rally. So at the end of the day, we're just slightly below 1040 on the March beans. The rebalancing is done today as far as the index funds are concerned, and I think most of the people in the market still think fundamentally the numbers suggest that prices should leak lower as long as there's not a South American problem. Brazil weather looks good. USDA raised their crop estimate yesterday, but Argentina looks wet. More rain forecasted for this weekend, another big rain event later next week. So that is something that could offer some support underneath the marketplace. We also saw China. December soybean imports were a big number, and we still think that the Chinese, not only from a demand side, but also from a currency side, are buying more beans than the market had expected, which offers some support underneath the marketplace. As far as the corn market is concerned, there's not much story in the corn. You've got record demand and you've got record supply. You'll probably stay in this trading range until the market needs a little bit more corn. We did find out that this week, once we get to 360 over the March, that farmers do sell it. And so that's a price that we could always try to navigate towards to get farmers selling. But really can't push too much above that or we'd buy more. USDA says there's a record amount of corn sitting in the U.S. December 1, and there's a record amount sitting in farmers' hands. As far as the wheat is concerned, the big shocker yesterday was the USDA estimating winter wheat acres the lowest in 107 years. And some people think the record stocks of wheat limits the upside of wheat, despite the fact that U.S. acres are low. It puts more burden on the fact that we got to get a good yield in order to satisfy the demand. But globally, wheat, especially on a quality side, rebounds from this year. We could probably see our export demand drop in wheat and kind of offset things. So we really can't break wheat right now because of the lower acreage estimate, but we may not be able to rally either. It is interesting that some of the private people came out with estimates for next year's 17 and 18 U.S. corn, soybean, and wheat carryouts. The spread in beans is 300 to 600 million bushels. And the difference is demand, and whether or not we're going to see the same demand next year as we had this year. In corn, the spread is 2,100 versus 2,600, and the difference is acres. You know, will the farmers reduce acres, or will they keep them close to what they did in the past years? The wheat, the carryouts are lower, down somewhere around 100 million bushels just because of the lower acreage numbers. So quite a big spread. That adds to the volatility in the marketplace and could keep things choppy until we know more about the US 17 crop conditions. No trade on Monday. It's a holiday. We'll be back on Tuesday to see how things kind of unfold, whether it's South American weather, whether it's the outside markets, the new administration, the dollar, energy prices, or just in general money flow. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.